Hey guys, we're back again. Together with Sira, of course.
Hello guys.
Yep. Stuff are getting a bit insane, but we're definitely making good progress.
Yeah, indeed. The last episode, we figure out there was another hidden book that was on the victim, but it turns out it was from the couple that was being thrown out of the window when there was flames in the living room. So we actually finding out, and we are just trying to win this kind of a round in the court to look forward to it.
Pretty much indeed.
Now let's go further for that, right?
Yup. Ah!
Let's go. Just the founders postulate the scenario in all seriousness, Council? Do you earnestly claim that the book is found at the scene was the flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Gogadep's wife?
I believe it's possibility, my lord.
That's quite enough. Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little fortune trickster! You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward! A mean coward!
We're not a mean coward. What are you talking about, lady? Only makes sense because we're trying to find the truth.
We're finding the truth, indeed.
Really?
Claiming that our little tiff sent the whole neighborhood alight, honestly!
Jeez, woman, take a chill pill.
Woman, don't throw the books out of the window then.
For real?
For real, bro. Bro. Bruh. Bruh. Implying that merely posing as a maid for apparently sake. How could you?
How could you? How could you?
Yes?
Oh, one of those points and drinking.
That's nothing to do with this beastly cat. Not any of it. All you have done is sully our family's name.
No, I assure you, that was not my intention.
Dragging an outstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense.
Really don't get along with this woman.
She would need to find the truth. Oh, he slapped the man! I should box your ears! That's what I should do! You utterly unforgivable! Well, if you're so aggressive, that means our Naruhuru is telling the truth. Because you're being aggressive, you need to take a chill, so it's not convincing. And now it's convincing that you actually are aggressive. To right!
Oh no. Here we go.
Uh-oh. It's be like, oh shit, here we go again. How long have we sat here now, listening to this nippo spouting out his fancy fortune theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache, and he ran away from the scene too. I I do declare you're right.
It's you!
Yes! What did I tell you?
Makes sense to me.
Sorry, what's that?
Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement.
No.
What is your position, Lord von Zix?
Stop throwing your glasses.
In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savour the best vintage.
No, wait.
Put the foot on the table. If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time.
I didn't even what I also go to say. No wait, the mystery of the four book has silent been. Jesus.
Speechless ... dots.
What? No, forgive the discourtesy this time?
In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding of the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty!
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty!
Guilty!
Guilty.
Oh no.
Not again!
Thank you for that unambiguous response.
It's twice now, it's over!
Mr. Narahuru, don't give up!
Huh? Mr. Sato?
Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet.
You're suggesting?
Of course, the defense has the right to another simulation explanation at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their mind. You have one more chance.
What more? We keep doing it! What the fuck? Seriously, we keep doing it over and over and it doesn't help. My lord, the defense as for this right of examination. Again.
You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve?
Kinda. Why?
Because you are a Nepopose, my friend. You need to study your explanation more further.
There it is. I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. No time for downcast. As long as there's chance, I will stay strong and determined.
He will be determination. To be continued. That's it, guys.
That was
That's
short
okay.
then.
Yeah. Just save the broadcast for now.
Oh, I will.
Do it.
One moment. My chair
no
a bit.
moment. Your chair.
Yeah, one part was being wobbly.
So he wibbity wobbity bow.
Yeah,
Wibbity
so
wobbity fall.
well, it was more like one of the side leanings was just like.
Wibbity bobbity ball. Salakasula pichikapula pipity poppity poo. He will fall off the hoof of the chair.
Hey, part
Wibbly
2.
wobbly
Nice.
woo. Yay, we're at the end of that. Or is there another one?
Here.
Oh, un momento, I'm coming.
Time.
I have considered the Defence Council's request for further sermon explanation of the jury.
Also,
Proceed forward.
Sir, I want to like let you know because I haven't showed you this. Oh, wrong button. Oh, where? I saw it just a moment.
Oh yeah, farming simulator as well. Oh yeah, if this one as well. Hey, look at him!
Yeah, I'm doing a playthrough of it myself, so I'm doing all the cast myself. Like, oh, that's gonna be a story on my voice. Because we already did a playthrough of it. Yeah?
We? Who?
No, I'm doing it all alone.
If you need Wolf Guide, just let me know.
I will let you know.
I want to do the Wolf Guy. And I have determined that the court must be upheld to the defense just against right to the procedure. So, counsel, will you new procedure with your second sermon explanation? Yes, my lord. Yes, your honor. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman.
Yay.
Oh.
Moment.
You ready?
We are, my lord. Very good. In case I must ask each of you now to state clearly your certainly before the court. The grounds of which you find the defendant guilty of this crime.
Well, here we go.
The jurors' contentions. Your cost left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his. There was some novel and tentative explanation about how the victim was stabbed I might reconsider.
Even a woman was throwing books. It can't be related to the crime in the widower's clothes, can it?
Deary me, it was just only a little book, hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit.
Yeah. Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble.
Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gives me the sneezes. Oh!
I love that one.
Yes, considerably more tankable accomplishments from all members of the jury this time around, it seems. Well, one notable exception, of course. My learned, studied friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene.
Yeah, right.
Moreover,
Dude, what would I say?
no more else was even at the scene to commit a crime.
Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be occurred with another way.
That means, I'm afraid, that during this summonation explanation, its essence to establish some of your tangible explanation for the facts.
But how? What would even go to the tangible accommodation here?
Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman and how? Those two details are all you need to provide. Simply gave us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted. Is he somehow actually managed to help us? By a reason?
I guess so. Is he pulling a Miles Edgeworth?
I think he is a descendant of Miles Edgeworth.
Well, this is actually in the past, so...
Yeah, an ancestor, I mean.
Yeah.
But, Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends.
I forgot something? Oh yeah. And there I was thinking this might be hard. No pressure then.
That's quite enough, Bramble. Proceed with some explanation, please. I presume you have prepared counsel?
Oh yes, my lord. Alright, Ryusuke, focus your mind now.
Reinosuke-sama. Would you do that in real life, Danny?
No, I will not do that.
I think so.
Clearly, the key to this summonation examination is to be the jury number 4, the maid, or should I say Miss Gardapt.
We have a book that disappeared from the Garradap's house in the evening of the incident. And the 4th book found in the victim's hand.
Yeah. There should be a way to link the two. Yes, that's what we have to find. Every technique I've learned in my short career so far, whatever it takes.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Miss Garbett and how she reacts, even to the things other people say.
Here we go.
The defense rebuttal. The accused left behind evidence. Even a woman.
Look, I just want to get over it. Come to think of it, we have a fire at home and a while ago to get me just Jesus. Thank you!
Hold it!
Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defense cooperation in this case?
Sorry, what's that? You have to speak up, lad.
Could you tell us more about that fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday.
It had 75 candles on the top. I did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? Or was it some kind of devil worship?
The devil!
Of course not. It was an angel cake to celebrate my birthday, obviously.
It seems like a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruhodo.
To be honest, it's more than only Great Britain.
It's actually in the USA, and it actually proceeds across further in the countries.
Yeah,
But
here,
it's-
even here in the Netherlands is a thing. It's a thing. I'm saying
Maybe,
not for everyone.
maybe not in the past yet, but it's spreading, just like how it's Halloween does.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mustered all my puff to blow them out.
Why does that let me take off the pigs and a wolf? I puffed and I puffed.
I puffed, and I puffed, and I blew them out!
Yeah. That indeed.
Only I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but candles went flying all over the room.
Okay, here's the bad wolf.
He is the deaf bad wolf, yeah.
Yeah.
The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke.
He's the old wolf.
Yes, he is the senior wolf of the bad wolf. He is the origin of the original bad wolf.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Yeah? Go ahead.
Did you say this one?
Yeah, the furniture caught and everything went up.
Definitely sounds like a devil worship to me. And by the sneezing I presume you mean a cold? How do you get a catch cold from fire?
What a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames.
Soaked.
And then because the whole room was filled up with smoke, of course. We had to open all the windows to clear it.
Windows?
The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did. I caught a terrible cold from it. It put me in the hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
I knew it was a devil worship all along. But something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason.
We need to demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked a young woman on the street.
I'm working on that. Give me a moment.
As well as how he or she could have done it.
Yes, but once again, the URL statements are full of personal projection. A lot of them convinced they are right, even in the face of logic arguments to contradict. No.
I think you're going to need to pit them against each other to force them to accept the alternative explanation.
Yes. Don't necessarily need to find the contradictions between there. Just to connect them might do the trick. Alright, I will see what I can do. If anything stands out, I will go in for a strike. Oh, we already did.
That's the spirit.
There we go, we need that one. Ready?
Yeah.
Objection!
These URL statements click on the second one and on RR.
They do? How exactly, Council?
Don't point at me again. I told you, it wasn't me.
Oh no!
What's that you say? Speak up, lad. Speak up.
You got ready? You're number 3. Let's get into the number 3. Do you see?
Number 3, do you see?
Oh, me? See what, sir?
Do you hear when Juror number 6 account of his birthday celebrated last year? It seems despite on the Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of the winter.
Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from the fire, you will be mad not to open the... Oh!
Exactly. On the day in the question, on the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Gerda household. And Miss Gerda had the following to say about it. The whole place was filled with smoke.
Oh my.
Oh, my hat!
Oh, she wants to say something. Oh.
We have to do this!
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that? Jesus, how many tea are you drinking, lady? And how many is that filled in? Is that an infinite storage in it or something?
It's an endless pit. A void full of tea. Oh my god. Don't you get bloated more?
I will go to the toilet for at least an hour or so.
Well, sitting on a toilet peeing like for 12 hours.
Miss Garrett?
Oh, dearie me! What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am?
Apparently I can confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the priest in now.
Apprentice now. What is it?
When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window?
What? I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating?
The room had to be thick with smoke after the carpet and the bookcase caught fire, as they did. In a simulation like that, to kill it's conceivable that you only wouldn't have opened the window.
Oh! And what if we did? Oh, right then, yes. You're right. My husband was recently trying to open the window. Which can't have been easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved book battery.
Even thought your house was on fire.
Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subside. It will be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise.
Of course, I should have realized.
That's a significant step forward, Mr. Narahudu. You managed to establish that the window was open. We simply must have that added to Mrs. Gardep's formal statement. You mentioned it. Yeah, yes, the window was open at the time. I clean forgotten to close it.
No, it was press. I said it wrong.
Hold it!
You just said you want to get this over with? How can you sit there still on something like that? Your man's future is at stake here. Well, him and me both then. Like I said before. What? I told you already. I'm in day of labor. And if I don't bring home some readies with me tonight, you'll find me floating face down in the Thelums tomorrow morning. What? You hear me? My mistress, you don't the one to mess about. You know, she can be fierce, believe me. Not a sign any little mother is in bliss then. It's like I cropped out the other day. It was you know, it's funny. I can't even quite remember. Sorry? It is too frightening, that thing. I must have blocked it out. Helpful.
I wonder if Mr. Beat will ever be dragged into the Thames by his scarf.
Don't even go there, Mrs. Otto. I wonder some way to jog his memory about it.
Shake it!
Hold it!
The book found at the scene of the crime shows very signs of fire damage. The title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book Mr. Garrett told us he had been reading.
Well, I really couldn't say.
On the day in question, did you not throw at your husband a copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading?
I did. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him! Now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right.
Why did you not reveal the information to the court from the outset?
Because I couldn't, you insolent little man! I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on, and, well, you know.
I really don't.
I barely noticed that I was throwing a book, much less the title of it. Oh. He needs to pee! He needs to pee!
Excuse me!
Excuse me.
What is it, Juror number 5? You know something? I have remembered what it was. My memory blocked out. Ah.
Oh.
It was listening to what this granny has to say. It brought it all floating back.
Who are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Mrs. Carpet, or a maid. I'll have you now.
Man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's used to being hit all the time.
Hit by the ladies, aren't we?
It was about 2 weeks ago now. I just got back home after work, I put my hands in my pocket for the wages I have earned today, and I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out. Oh dear, what a disaster. You haven't heard the half of it, boy. Oh? Oh, I was cutting out some chicken at the time. I could hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I lost the today's wages, love. The next thing I knew, the plate was whistling past my ear. It stuck on the wall next to me. It did. About an inch deep. Damn. The word just terror. Scoop! I could smell it then, you know? The god-awful stench of the talons. I was sure I was going to end up face down in the muddy banks that night. I can tell you. Now that's a real disaster, isn't it? I will never use the word lightly again. And the point I'm trying to make is this. A woman... Hello?
I'm here.
The audio got suddenly awkwardly silent.
When women lose their rag, I'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it.
Yeah, only
Say
for
that
some
right.
reason my audio is super soft. A woman loses their... Where you just...
Yeah, I heard
anything,
the
you.
music was gone away.
Yeah, it was
for a
only
sec.
so soft. Like, it was super soft. Knife, hatchets, hammers, you name it. Yeah, well, women can be scary if they get mad. Holy shit.
Yeah, just like how I'm voicing the wolf guy, the wolf man. You were pretty scared of me.
Yeah, it was.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined.
No, I was not thinking that.
Throwing household object at people is, well, it's so uncivilized.
Yeah, look at us. We're being thrown upside down. Whee! Bunk!
At least attack with honor, using a bow or the
Damn!
like.
This lady even scarier! Oinks!
I will throw a sword.
What? Attack? We're going to attack!
Never mind. Anyway, the man's words.
I'm getting scared!
Could be a rather significant, I think.
Alright, we will come back to the bow and arrow thing later. If I dare!
Woman can be pretty scary.
Now we're gonna... pits. There we go. Here we go.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly have a deep connection.
Good grief, you mean they didn't contract each other? Explain yourself once more.
You're number 2. Do you think perhaps this could be another novel alternative?
Alternative. Oh my! Whatever do you mean?
An alternative explanation, as in how the victim was stabbed in the back. What do you mean? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated for a book. The lion spider was found at the scene of the crime, organized by the Mr. Gyarados room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it is quite possible that some other object besides the book could have been found its way from Miss Gyarados' household to the streets below. What's that now? After all, Mrs. Gyarados should have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, you're number 4?
Are you insinuating now? You little beanpole! He's not Mr. Bean, okay?
Kelly, go to sleep.
No, you say that like this.
Kelly, sleep. I'm beginning to think that whatever the true origin of the book came to light, perhaps he had a feeling this might be what happened.
Now, you listen here, you Eastern Gala. As the foreman of this journey, I demand a straight answer. You give us this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house, but what? What was it?
You will find it quickly.
Knowledge!
I'm really taking a big gamble here, but it's a bold accusation I have to make, and the real evidence will back it up. I'm certain that is the very least of this warrants further investigation. Alright, Mr. Foreman, I will try to explain the defense theory. Oh, the other object found its way from Garrett that also to the scene of the crime was. Yeah. Surprise!
Surprise, surprise!
Journal number 4, Miss Garrett.
What? What now?
I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before?
Good luck, Counselor! What on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that was lodged into the victim's back, man!
My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett were in the throes of argument. Miss Garrett was hurling anything as she was at her husband. She had been backing up against the window. The window that was opened to clear the smoke, and through which the book sailed through at the land of the crime scene.
You can seriously believe that? The book was found in the victim's grasp!
Are you saying it flew out of the window and across the street and landed nearly in her hand?
Huh? Even my missus ain't got an aim like that. Yes, I admit there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow this trial to end. Not right now.
Oh my!
Miss Garrett, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not?
Good.
You okay?
My lord! I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word after all.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, I agree.
Holy shit!
I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trail to come to an end now with so many unanswered questions.
Mr. Foreman? I have to agree. Not that I think of that Granny did it, I mind.
Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this trail at the moment either. All together now, ladies and gents.
We nailed it again. We did it?
Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruto.
I need to check out the time so I know where we're at. Okay. Still have enough time.
So, as a result of the defendant's summoned explanation, a number of juries of learnings have changed. The 2 jurors called guilty against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinions of this court have divided. And this trial will continue.
Oh, damn.
Now then, Lord von Zeeks. How does the prosecution wish to proceed?
Stop throwing the bottle or the glass!
This trial is rapidly descending into a farce.
You dare.
Like a court wine, a few sips are bitter enough.
Ah!
But what follows is so repugnant, it's good for nothing, save the gutter.
Yeah, quickly.
If I may, Lord von Zix. The defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened. Credible? Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke on which I barely know how to respond. But let me start by insisting. That you must all familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed. Discussed?
What do you mean by that? What is his angle this time?
It should already be more than apparent that between the crime scene and Mr. Garrett's household runs the rather wide street Brer Road. Which means that the distance from the Garrett's house to the scene is some, yes, 15 yards. You see, 15 yards. That's around 40 meters.
14 meters? Oh, that's a little farther than I imagined.
And as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted of having proton significance, the fourth book was found on the victim's clutches. In other words, a smoldering book widely heard by the lady of the house traveled some 15 yards to land to the opposite side of the road, nearly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? And did the jackal's knife follow the near-identical tragedy to plunge into the middle of the victim's back? This fantasy of someone scratching off the notion of having a bad day for a victim, I think.
You're right, dude.
Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plot.
Ah! There's nothing I can say to that.
That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice.
Mr. Sato.
Serialized detective stories are pathetic. Are they? How dare he?
Maybe let's pick our battles here.
My lord, might I will be allowed to speak? As judicial assistants, you may speak for the defense. Yes, go ahead. The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy. But what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning, and in such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as truthfully as possible. To that end, juror number 4, Miss Juan Garrett, must be called to testify and submit the cross-explanation. Saints alive! A cross-examination for a juror?
Only fair.
Order, order, order! Well, this is high in Korea. This is an unprecedented foreign member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand. Objection.
Do what I say!
And unnecessary.
That was a good way.
Not from Zeeks. There are already witnesses in the stand. Those testifying the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's personal authority has any truth in it. And above a burning book. And the jackknife must have flown to the sky before this couple's eyes. And what may you assume they would have been able to testify accordingly? What do you say, witness? Yes, sir. Consider me Rowley be reporting for duty, sir.
Yeah?
Well... Good morning, officer. Sorry for dozing until now, sir. I haven't slept for a month, account of a villain who's appeared on my beat, sir. Oh, they are so erotic, these London bobbies. Patricia, my darling, I've been electing you, but no more. I'm a hero. You make me mourn. Very well. I hereby reject the defense's request.
No.
Oh.
My God.
And all other witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forward before the court any details pertaining to the defense alternate explanation of events. Yes, sir. Witness testimony. Conceivable Beatles report. This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garrett. Believe me, a London Bobby is good for his word. You see, sir, the windows on the top of the floor of our Goblet's house are top-heighted casements. Lucy, if anything has been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go to fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for a moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that front, sir. Well, this is quite startling. Top hinged casements windows.
I don't want to be rude, but if it was misty, like really, like it was filled with mist, how can you even see your hand in front? It's so blocked off. How can you see a window that is like 40 meters away?
Did they say they can't see their window during the mist?
Yeah, they couldn't see that far. It's like
Then
so...
they are lying.
Yeah.
Then they are lying. The detail was not in a police report, Constable. Ah, yes, sorry about that. I must have been a little dowsy. You cannot excuse your sins with downsiders every time. Constable? No, sir.
Sorry, but what exactly is top hinge casement windows?
And you... You cannot excuse your ignorance with just right remarks, my learned friend.
Of course, sorry.
I found it, Mr. Narahudu. Cast your mind back to the windows of Mr. and Mrs. Goblep's room.
Alright, I will try.
So the window opens in order to allow air to circulate inside the house. Oh, like that! But as a top-hinged casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see. Just like a sky view window from the attic. I'm glad you retained your ignorance, my casement window most prominent feature. It's stay a mental bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount.
It prevents its opening? That's all news to me.
Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, if a look or knife were have been shoved through the open window, it would have clattered against the pane and fallen straight down to pavement below.
No.
Oh, fudge. You see the problem then? Good. Your education in Windows is complete. There was never any possibility or either booked the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. That is unless the window pane has been shattered, something we're discounted already.
That can't be! Ow!
Did you see that, Rolly? That young Japanese man just collapsed in agony! Oh yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me.
Stop that trickling!
Oh, you're so strong!
How is this happening? I wouldn't even start the organization yet and I'm already argument being destroyed.
Counsel, if you could drag yourself upright again, the court awaits your cross-examination.
Thanks. I can help it. Excuse me. My lord. Oh, good, another desperation situation.
Constable Beetle's paw.
Are you sure about that?
How can you say that for certain?
A very good question, sir. And the answer is this. It has the noble founding principles of a force written on a reminder to all policemen of our sworn duty. He showed us of that before, didn't he?
Did he? I can't remember even.
Yeah, on the last episode.
The bottle of streets of London town upon the peace of a common man. That's what the job's all about. And that's why I can stand here beside my long-suffering wife and tell you the Bobby's good for his word. While rubbing my tired eyes immediately. Sir! Oh, you're so manly. Of course I am, my darling Patricia. Oh, but...
Barf!
No. Yeah. Barf, barf, barf. No, not this is what I meant. I meant, how can you say that for certain in this case you would Mr. and Mrs. Garrett that?
Oh, I see, sir. You should have said it so earlier, sir.
Yes, well, so could you answer the question? That was a waste of time then.
Absolutely, sir. I will answer to the fullest of my ability, sir. There's surprising reason why Mr. and Mrs. Garber's domestic dispute can be related to this case. But before I get into that, sir, just one more thing.
Yes?
I very much like you and all your countrymen to understand the Great Britain, British institution of Scotland Yard. So I hope you take back some tales of London Bobbies as how we upload to guiding principles.
Upload?
Principles! Uphold your guiding principles.
Yeah, or for some reason upload, like, her?
Yeah, uploading the guiding principles on your YouTube channel, of course. MegaDragonoid. Go to it over there right now. Like and subscribe.
I wasn't planning on going back just yet. I have only just arrived here.
So, to that answer, I'll be happy to lend you my warrant yard card for your pursual. But I must warn you, it won't be able to get through it without shredding in few tears.
Thank you, I will try.
The warrant card.
Hold it!
By which you mean they won't open fully, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
They're just there to allow a bit of air to the house, you see. So they restricted as how much they open.
And therefore anything thrown out the window from inside the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below for clarity. Allow me to mark the map.
I don't want to be
Thank
rude, but
you,
also...
Lord from Zeeks.
It's not like in the old days they could like still fully be opened, but it's just like it just will collapse back down, or it just you have to use something to keep it fully open.
Yeah.
Again, like in later times, they could only like be so far open because they had that rails in them. But in the old days, they didn't have that, right? You know what I mean, right, Sira?
Yeah, I know. Yes. Here is the location where objects would have fallen. Yes, directly opposite of the scene of the crime, on the other side of the wild world.
Would it have been hard for someone to mention this top hinge basement thing before? Well, I have another question for you, Considerable.
And what would that be, sir? What would be that?
How do you even know? Why would you have an idea what sort of windows Mr. and Mrs. Garrett are furnished with?
Well, sir, that's very simple. You see, I helped with the investigation yesterday.
Why is she reacting? Do we have to react to her?
Look in the guide.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, Miss Deb?
Me?
You look, well, delighted. Is there something particular reason for that?
That's all. We were so lucky.
Lucky? What do you mean?
Of course, I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. But we were just so lucky it didn't happen in Rolly's beat. It was so close, you see.
Oh, I hadn't realized.
Oh yes, that street, Brer Road. That was the boundary between Rolly's beat and the next one. Isn't that right, my love?
He's dozed off again. Considerable beat. Doink.
Yes, that's right. That's the reason I was helping out in the end of viewing the occurrence of the Garber's household yesterday. I was on my beat, you see, Asa.
That really was cutting close then.
Constable, I wondered if you could clarify something. If the Garber's household is under your beat, does that mean that the pavement next to it is as well? Oh, outside Mr. Garber's house? Yes, madam. The pavement on the side of the road is part of my beat.
I'm on.
Just think if the woman have been attacked just at the other side of Rare Road. Would there able to go for the meal to celebrate our wedding university. But that's the life of a Bobby after all.
Extraordinary people, our Bobbies. Tirelessly working for the benefit of all Londoners.
Do you know what I think? I think it was the good Loud's way of rewarding my Wooly for all his hard work. Don't you think so, my darling? That must be it, Pat, my love. That must be it.
I think perhaps we should make sure that the information is officially on the record.
Leave it to me, Mr. Narahuru. I'll take care of it immediately.
Case file. Whoop whoop. I'm getting tired to see him.
And now
Yeah.
it's my turn, I think.
Obviously, if anything has been thrown out of the window, but yeah, it's been thrown out of the window, but it's confirmed.
Hold it!
Hold it.
Nothing to report?
That's correct, Shah. I had my eyes wide open as the entire time, never looked away for a second. Well, your eyes are closing in, da, da, da.
For real, right?
Yeah, but... One else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. Oh, I forgot.
Boink. You really get tired from this guy.
Yeah, he is so tired. I can
know,
swear
right?
on that on the yard's honor, sir.
Really? That's a little strange.
Beg your pardon, sir? Strange, sir. Seems altogether regular to me.
This burned copy of the Lion Spider was originally in Garda's household. The question remains, how did it find its way into the victim's hands? Can you shed a light on that, seeing that you were at the scene of the crime the entire time? Uh-oh.
Aha! Is that a different copy, sir? One that just happened to be burned as well?
Yeah, right. People gonna sell that.
You're gonna sell a burned book? Well, eventually it's not going to get sold easily.
No. Nobody wants a book like that. Even that were possible, why would the victim have gripped a book like that in her hand? As we can see from the photographic prints, he had a bag on her shoulder.
Wait a minute. Well, sir, that look was just in the lady's hand from the moment we arrived at the scene. So it did actually happen before they saw it.
Yeah, is that so?
Isn't that so?
There's something about this statement is not sitting right with me. The two mysteries said the knife ended up in her back. How will it end up in her hands? There must be some common thread between them.
Is something, please, Mr. Lawyer, sir?
Oh, sure, what is it?
You're doubting us, aren't you? I can tell.
What? I wasn't really. I mean, what's she doing?
Please, just because I'm a woman
doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. You might just see me as a wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman of my word. I am.
I really don't remember you was suggesting that I doubted you.
No excuses. I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard. My lord, you will let me speak, won't you? Yes, Miss B. I will allow you to supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of least resistance is the sage one. Just want you.
That was a very loud mother.
I heard that. It's like when Danny is saying, "You want to hear? You want to feel the power of a sage?"
I'm not old. What are you talking about? Talking about.
It's not about old to be a sage, Danny.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a youngster, and in Tears of the Kingdom, Tulin is young.
Don't spoil. Don't spoil.
Riku
Don't spoil.
is
Don't spoil.
young, Junobo is young, and Sidon is young. Yeah, Minoru is just such a sage that is actually separate from a body. So that doesn't count. You don't have to be old to be a sage. It depends on the wisdom and of the gift that was given.
Yep. But here's another one.
The Japanese man thinks the policeman's wife word counts for nothing, does he? Well, watch out, sir! I might let you get away with something like that, but I really won't.
Duly noted, Miss Bright. Please, I humbly ask you to continue. Ay. This keeps on giving and giving.
Would she possibly be about to say, I wonder? You have too watery in your eyes, that's why the star is in your eyes.
Oh, you're right.
We're fully blinded!
He blinded me with science! Check it out. But yeah, guys, this is where we're gonna end off for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh, no, not tomorrow. Next week with some more great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Ace Attorney Chronicles!
Yeah. And hopefully we can get further and further with our progress. Because I want to see this through.
Instead of falling asleep with this Brawly guy. Ugh.
Yeah, he's getting a bit too much. So see you next week, everybody. Have a nice day, have a nice week, and peace, my prayers. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Peace.